Welcome back to YouTube.
Come on, you bitch.
I'm going to show you exactly what I do as a pro bodybuilder to build, maintain, and progress serious muscle.
Oh, that caught me by surprise.
And build and sculpt a serious physique.
Just teaching some guys in the gym how we're trying to get maximum stimulus out of this.
Today we have a push session. It's chest bias, so I'm going to start with chest. There's going to be a little bit of delts and a little bit of triceps. I'm going to show you exactly what we're doing today to be and progress a pro bodybuilding level physique.
Let's channel that anger. Oh. Oh.
I've already got learning and insights for you on exercise 1. Smith machine, you always want to have the bench facing in a way that you unrack it that way, because as you are doing the set, you want to actively be turning into the bar that way. The other way, when you're trying to turn that way and you've unhooked it the opposite way around, a lot of you might have already experienced this, it will be like hitting the racks, hitting these re-rack positions. You don't want a distraction when you're going for your all-out sets. So it doesn't matter whether it's into the mirror or out to the gym, facing in a way that you are unracking and you're turning away from the re-rack position so it's not throwing you off throughout the exercise. Okay, so finding your bench press setup in terms of where the bench is relative to the bar path. What you want is the bar to be hitting your mid to lower chest in the bottom of the range. Why do we do this? Because it allows you to keep your shoulders decompressed, compressed down into the joint. That's where your shoulders naturally want to sit. As we relax, they're there. They're not up there. So if you have the bar higher, what that does, it naturally encourages you to pinch your shoulders. That is a position which is very aggressive on the connective tissue in and around the shoulder joint into the chest musculature. So we want it compressed down. When the bar path is coming down to your lower chest, it allows you to keep the shoulders compressed down and protect you throughout the movement. Where guys are getting a lot of tears, a lot of tweaks, a lot of niggles is because they're pressing like that. Your shoulders do not want to be there. So set your bar up so the line of movement is coming from that mid to lower chest, and we're keeping the shoulders compressed down the whole time and elbows slightly encouraged inwards rather than out. We don't want flared elbows either. Okay, so I might be warming up, but we want to warm up as we're going to work. So multiple things that I've got going on here. I've got chalk because I don't want to be slipping. If you're slipping, it's a distraction. It's taken away from the movement. You're not going to be as locked in. So we get chalked up from the start. Then we've got elbow sleeves. These are only a single ply, which is basically just a thickness and how taut they are. For me, the elbow sleeve is just to keep warmth around the joint. It's not to give a lot of compression and a lot of spring out the bottom of the movement like a powerlifter or strongman would with a triple ply SBD sleeve, whether it's elbow or knee. So these are really beneficial for longevity, injury prevention. And then we have wrist wraps. Again, just a protective measure against injury. Also keeps you nice and stable when you're in the movement. And the wrist, when you're lifting a lot of weight, it can be a weak link. Because if you imagine from a evolutionary standpoint, we weren't built to be fucking jacked. We weren't built to hold this much muscle and lift this much weight. So at points where you may be vulnerable, use tools to protect yourself, to create stability. This will help stability in the wrist. So then we're getting maximum out of the lift and avoiding injury as much as possible. Yeah, just banged out 30 reps there. 30 reps for a plate aside, for me, is relatively not a lot of weight at all. People are scared to do reps nowadays. In your earlier sets, especially in your first exercise of a muscle group for that session, do a load of reps. It gets a ton of blood, a ton of warmth into the musculature and the connective tissue real quick. When you get closer to your working weights, then don't be doing as many reps that are really fatiguing if you want to preserve yourself for those working sets. So you're going to see me first 2-3 sets do quite high reps because I'm used to that. I'm conditioned to do that because I've done it for a long time. And then when we get closer to the bigger weights that are close to my working, then I'll just do 1 or 2 sets to feel out that weight, prime kind of neurologically and psychologically and physically without doing a load of reps. But then I've handled that weight. I'm super warm from the high rep initial sets, and I'm just literally firing all cylinders and ready to go. So that's how I like to approach it, even though it's been popularized nowadays to do really low rep warm-ups. Why is everyone getting fucking injured? Okay, so I'm close to my working weight. So just a couple of reps to feel it out, you know, and I'm feeling pretty good today. So for this first working set, I'm actually going to go a little bit heavier. I went 3.5 plates, which is basically 3 20s and a 10 last week. But I'm gonna go for 3 plates and a 15, and then from there I might even take it to 4 for the second working set. One decent working set, and then we're ready to remove the pump cover. Hopefully it's not too disappointing. Ooh, let's go. Let's work. It's time to work. It's time to work. Oh, that caught me by surprise. It didn't feel heavy, but it slowed down and wouldn't move anymore at a certain point. So, guess it was heavy. So, it was just proposed to me the question, are you happy or unhappy, or isn't it a bit depressing that I am where I am, but I still feel like there's always more to do? With this physique development thing that we do, whether you do it at a non-competitive or competitive level, you simply get out what you put in. So if you are, for your relative goals, putting in the amount of effort that you think is enough towards the place you want to go, you won't ever feel unhappy or happy when you've been putting enough effort for a long enough amount of time. Because you simply work with what you've got in terms of genetics, and if you give your effort to it as much as you perceive is enough for your goal, it's a very objective thing. So where I'm at, I've been training for years. I've been training for 15 years. I've been competing for 6 years. I know that I've given my life to this. So in terms of I can still be a lot bigger for a pro bodybuilder, it's fine. That's very objective to me. I'm not getting upset about it. I'm not losing sleep over it. And you should feel the same way too, as long as you are applying yourself maximally and doing everything within your capability to reach your goals. So if you say you've got these big goals, but you're not getting somebody to mentor you, getting somebody to coach you that could simply accelerate your progress, you don't really want the goals bad enough. But if you do, those people that do, they will seek help. They will make sure they get all their training in. They will make sure that they eat all the food. They will take all the supplements. They will get the coaching. So if you are doing true to your heart as much as you feel like you should be doing, shouldn't ever feel happy or unhappy about where you're at. You should only feel fulfilled and satisfied in yourself that you know you're doing everything within your power to reach and attain your goal. Okay, first working exercise done. We're into the session. Let's go on to the next. Okay, we're on to the second exercise. Incline, plate loaded press. If you've got a hammer strength press in your gym, it's the OG. A couple of things we want to do on this. We want to get the seat set to a height that you can get comfortably grounded in the floor. If you're a bit shorter, use a block so you can elevate your feet rather than having your feet kind of dangling. You need to be solidly secured to the ground. About 6 is the place for me. And then also, we've got these little wooden blocks in under the stoppers, because the end range of this is so deep, even for anyone really with a good range of motion, good flexibility. You don't want to be going that deep. You don't need to. So you want to start from a position where you're strong and you're not over compensating with the range of motion and you're struggling to get into the machine. So you'll see these blocks drop out in a second as I'm doing my warm-up sets, and I'm warming up as I intend to work. So we put the blocks in from the start because we want to get used to that setup, just like I told you about all of these tools that we use at the start of our warm-ups. We've already done a pressing movement for chest. My chest is fully warm, connective tissue is warm. So now on this exercise, I just need to jump to those exposure sets where I'm getting neurologically, physically, mentally primed for the working load. So I don't need to do loads of reps. We've done that. It's just about getting prepared for the heavier working sets. So we can move into this a lot quicker because we don't need to do what we did on the first exercise because we're already warm. First working set on this exercise. It's only the second set I'm doing, but this is a session that I'm so accustomed to. I can move into a working set really quickly if I'm super warm and it's something I'm familiar with. So I'm not trying to figure this out. If you need more time to get a feel for your weight, get a feel for the exercise, then take more sets. But for me, I don't need to, I'm ready to go. It's a higher rep set first, just like it was on the first exercise, followed by a heavier rep set. So I'm gonna milk this. I'm gonna make it so perfect, it's gonna be a dream. The stimulus is gonna be, it's gonna be like crazy. It's just gonna be so crazy. And just set myself up to earn that heavier weight, you know? Earn my stripes on this lighter weight. Then. Whoa, 11 reps, clean reps, undeniable, maximum stimulus attained. I'm going to be a bit fatigued from that set, and I'm currently around 20 pounds down, and I'm on a few days into a deficit. Typically at the moment I'm doing 2 high days a week, and then I'm doing 5 days of a deficit. I'm like 4 days into the deficit, so this is when I start feeling a bit depleted. I haven't got that same oomph. Like, I feel strong, but it just drops off all of a sudden. I haven't got that same power, that same oomph when I'm 20 pounds up and eating 6,000 calories. I'm on like 3,500 calories at the moment. So just getting all the excuses out there why I'm not stacking this out with 6 plates. You gotta get angry, man. You gotta get angry. Fuck these weights. Fuck these weights. Fuck these weights. Fuck everyone that tells you can't do something. Fuck you, motherfucker. Come on, you bitch. Come on, you fucking cunt. Come on, you fucking cunt. Oh. Fucking cunt. Oh. I've lost that power. Still rather. Ooh. So on to the third exercise, chest fly. Normally I do a pec deck. I want to do the cables today. I just had it on a lower incline and it just didn't feel right, you know? Sometimes you gotta play around with certain exercises, play around with certain setups. The great thing with a cable fly like this is that you're not locked into the plane of a machine, so you can move around, you can move the machine around, get it comfortable. It's all about getting it as comfortable on the muscle as possible and minimal aggravation, if you get any, tendons and connective tissue. For with this again, I'm keeping my shoulders compressed down. I'm actually coming from a lower position, and then because the cables give me the option to move around, I'm actually aiming higher as I come up to hit more of the upper chest. So coming from that lower position allows me to keep my shoulders compressed down, get a nice comfortable stretch rather than up in a pinch position. And then from there, I'm coming up and get more upper chest. So it's not aggravating the shoulder down there, I'm getting a stretch. Then up there, I'm coming through and really squeezing that upper chest. So these are minor tweaks that make a big difference. And this is the difference in understanding certain exercises, muscle groups, how to move through a session, how to hit each exercise, how to tweak it. Okay, I've got a feel for the exercise, so it is time to work. Just one working set for me on this. Chest is a better muscle group for me, so no need to do any more than that. So one hard working set, 10 to 15 reps. Oh. 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 Whoa, okay. Just finish that set with a loaded stretch. Make sure you're comfortable and you're not going to rip a shoulder out. But just getting that loaded stretch, fight the weight, and hang there for 20 seconds at the end of your set when you've reached failure. Opens up the chest like crazy. So we blasted the chest. Now it's a move on to the shoulders.
I think I've seen your Instagram, bro. Massive.
Thank you, man.
You're an IFBB, right?
Yeah.
IFBB. That's my goal.
Yeah, man. Have you competed? Have you competed yet?
No, I'm gonna try next year. Just the first time.
That's it, man. Normally, if you talk to the biggest guy in the gym, you might learn a thing or two. You know, it's pretty simple to figure out, isn't it? Didn't happen by accident. So how many more working sets you got on this?
Let's see. I think two. No, just one. One now.
Just one. So
How much?
yeah, you did 81.
81.
So I would on the next set go to 67,
Yeah.
and then when you're coming down, you might not be doing this, but don't think about I've got to get into the next rep. You see the way that I'm coming down. It's under like such control.
Yeah.
It's like I'm letting it build up. And I'm almost letting the weight kind of like pull my shoulders in
Yeah.
and come right in, right full range of motion. Keep the tension on. It's like a spring kind of building up. You know, the tension.
Yeah.
You're building the tension, not rushing into the next rep, building it all the way in, and then under control, power it up. No like sudden jerk like that.
Yeah.
It's power and explode up, control. Power and explode up, control.
Yeah.
And you'll see that when I do this. You'll see what I mean. No. 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 So even when it gets hard, you're not, getting ahead of yourself, rushing like, oh, I'm reaching failure, so I've got to get in and out of the rep. You see right till the end, like I'm fucking burning out. It's getting harder, but you just take one rep at a time, one perfect rep at a time. Then if it goes to partials, take it to partials,
Yeah, of course.
rather than doing shitty reps at the end to try and get extra reps that aren't really good reps. Just take it to partials. Yes. Come on, man. Come on. Up. That's it. Yes. Yes. Two more. Out. Oh. Fight. That was good, man. That was good.
I appreciate that.
That was good. You feel the difference, really, like owning it, and
Yeah.
because everyone early on, it's like you want to lift more, you want to do more, and it's like the intention's good, but through thinking I want to get more reps, I want to rush it, you actually make the effect worse.
Yeah.
It's a combination of everything. There's some people that focus so much on form now they're lifting no weight, and there's some people that lift way too much weight that their form's terrible.
Yeah. Balancing the weight.
It's not one or the other. It's just as much weight as possible, good form.
Yeah.
Simple as that, man. Oh, okay. I'm gonna do one more. Okay, so we just did the seated lateral raise, elbow supported, 3 sets, pyramiding down from 20 to 30 reps, 15 to 20, 10 to 15. Now we're going to do a single arm lateral raise with a cable, 1 set of 8 to 10, 1 set of 10 to 12. Same rules apply with the exercises I said into chest, the second exercise where I said, when I'm warm, I can go pretty much straight into it. So with this exercise, I'm gonna go straight into it because I do this very often. I'm very accustomed to it. I don't even need to get a feel, like I know how it's gonna feel. What I've done is I've just set the cable a little bit higher. So what this does is from here, you're thinking about keeping your shoulder compressed down and dragging along the floor and going, you want to go out rather than thinking about going up and thinking to get it to here. Because what people will do when you think about just getting it up is they'll go like that and it'll be more trap than side delt that we want. So you just want to think about keeping that shoulder compressed down, let it come across your body a little bit and go out. That's what you want to think. That's going to fire up your shoulder like crazy. And that's what I'm about to do. Fire it up like crazy. Build some bolder shoulders. Intra-workout going in, 20 grams EAAs, 30 grams cyclodextrin, 10 grams creatine. So halfway through your session, put this in, you know, my stomach feels super clear now, so this is just going to be accepted really well and just fuel the second half of the session. I've got cardio, I've got posing to do. It's going to carry me through nicely. So intra-workout nutrition placed appropriately with it throughout your session, super valuable. Oh. Boom. Boom. Yeah. Oh. 9. Oh. Smoked. That's lateral smoked. I'm just going to do one exercise for triceps now. Then that's the push session done. I am feeling pretty smoked right now. And that's the way it should be. If you're feeling super fresh at the end of your session, I've got news for you. You're probably training like a pussy. So stop being a pussy. Train hard. If you actually want some results. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Ooh. 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 Oh. Whoa. Oh. It's good, man, for the stretch position. Stretch. Really stretch the tricep. I just changed the seat on that set. Changed the height of the seat. Made it a bit more precarious to get into, but I could get more of a stretch. So good exercise, good setup. If you haven't got a machine that will replicate that, then you can do this on the cable. And that's the push session pretty much wrapped up. We've just got to do a bit of posing now, then a bit of cardio, and that's the work done. So that is push session done. Chest bias with some delts, with some triceps. Stay locked in because the next ones will be dropping very soon, and you're going to see how we train as a pro bodybuilder to develop a pro level physique.